Welcome to the Rural Doc Allen podcast. I'm excited to welcome to the program Rural Doc Allen Lindemann. Doc, what's going on, man? How are you?
We're doing really well here, Neil. And you?
Fantastic. And today's topic we're going to cover is colic in babies. What is colic in babies?
Well, it is regular, unexplained crying fits that can last 3 or more hours. The cause is unknown, but some people guess that it might be immature bowel, food allergies, gas. Signs of colic, what your baby looks like, clenched fists, curled up legs, arched back, and a grimace. So they seem to be having pain.
Are babies born with colic?
No, I don't think so. But they do seem, for the babies who get it, they seem to get it in the first few weeks after life. It seems to peak at 4 to 6 weeks, and it seems to be gone by 4 to 6 months.
What is the main problem with colic?
Well, it's a rule out. In other words, you have to make sure that they don't have something more serious, something that needs to be treated. Pyloric stenosis is a condition where the food won't get past, it won't get out of the stomach. They can get pneumonia, they can get encephalitis, which is an infection in the brain, get meningitis, which is an infection in the brain covering. So those are some of the things to think about and to rule out if you have babies who do a lot of crying, or especially if the babies just get lethargic, sleep.
Could my baby be crying because of hunger?
Well, in my experience with my children, I would say that 95% of the time, when they got to be cranky or they started to cry, it was hunger. Babies should gain about 5 ounces a week. An 8-pound baby should weigh about 16 pounds at 6 months and 24 pounds at a year. Babies can eat 6 to 8 ounces after they're a couple weeks old, and they can eat every 2, 3, or 4 hours.
What makes colic worse?
Well, nobody knows for sure, but sometimes it's a food allergy or food intolerance. We recommend to avoid eating stimulating things like coffee, chocolate, dairy, and nuts. A lot of moms will discover whether their babies are sensitive to certain foods more than others.
What makes colic go away?
Well, there are some treatments. They talk about rocking back and forth, rocking in a rocking chair, and swaddling, to wrap the baby tightly in a blanket.
How common is colic?
Well, some people say that about 20% of babies can have colic. I think that's probably quite a bit, but I haven't taken care of every baby either. And it is responsible for 10 to 20% of the visits to the pediatrician.
When should I call my baby's pediatrician?
Well, fever, forced vomiting, diarrhea, bloody stool, lethargy especially, failure to eat, sleeping too much. Those are all reasons to call a pediatrician.
All right, the best place to go is ruraldocallen.com and pick up Pregnancy Your Way, available today on Amazon. Thanks, Doc.
Thank you, Neil.